What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Celtics Daily Channel with me, Mike Zakarian. And yeah, we're still down bad. We sound maybe a little bit better, but feel a little bit worse. But them's the breaks, baby. We're still out here grinding. So do me a favor, like and subscribe, hype it up, do all the things. Only like a couple of things today. It's gonna be pretty quick, and then we will get into your little chit chats from the comments. So just a reminder to keep active, keep engaged, keep it going. Yesterday we were talking about Clay, some good takes in the chat. One specifically about we can't have him because of he cheated on Megan the Stallion, which I think is important to plant flags, you know? Speaking of flags, Cooper Flag. No, we're not talking about Cooper Flag, but it felt like a natural transition. We are going to start with Kawhi Leonard today because I don't know if you guys saw this. There was like two different updates, two different league-wide updates that I do think are like kind of important, even though they don't directly involve the Celtics. So the first thing that we got to get into is yesterday afternoon, right? Our friends over at the worldwide leader, ESPN. You had Baxter reporting. You had Baxter. Is it Holmes? I think. You had Baxter Holmes. You had Ramona Shelburne. They all come together, right, in a beautiful union. And they tweet out a report. The report is the NBA has found no evidence showing that the Los Angeles Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money through team sponsors to pay Kawhi Leonard in order to circumvent the salary cap. Now, if anybody has been paying attention at all, it has been so clear that there has been something a little fishy going on. And I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, right? That's not usually my bag, but it is kind of interesting that Adam Silver, right? He reports to the owners. They get an independent investigation going of like someone of a law firm that they always work with. And if anybody knows anything about independent investigations, it's like a consulting almost, right? Where you kind of tell the consultants, here's what we're looking for, and then they go get it. And like, there's no way that Silver wants to punish who at the time the most likable, the richest owner in the league, who is like funneled money both into Kawhi, maybe illegally, but also into the city of Los Angeles, building the new arena and all that stuff. There's just no way, and there was just so many guys. Tell me who in their right mind is investing in like semi-professional soccer in Rhode Island? You know what I'm saying? Part owner of a Rhode Island soccer team. It sounds like a plot line that Job might have been dealing with in Arrested Development. Like, get out of here. But the real takeaway here for me here, excuse me, is that I need Billy Chisholm to lock in. All right? Because if this is going to be the true ruling here of the association, that nothing really happened with Kawhi making just, 30, 40, $50 million off the books to circumvent the cap, which Adam Silver, by the way, said cap circumvention was like the cardinal sin, the worst thing they could do, right? If they could just kind of like murky the numbers and say, hey, nothing actually happened. Bill Chisholm, baby, I need you to buckle the F up. And I need you to start wheeling and dealing. All right? I think I mentioned this the other day. I need Jokic to be a silent part owner of Suffolk Downs. Is Suffolk Downs still operational? I want him operating the horses, all right? And rig the races. I want his Serbian horse shipping it every time. Let's funnel some of the horse prize money into a Jokic contract so that he can take a little less and come to Boston and leave the mountains of Denver. All right? Anthony Edwards, you get a profit share in all of the Boston cream pies sold by Dunkin' Donuts while you're playing for the Celtics. How about that? Let's slide a little money into Ant-Man. All right? How about Steph Curry? If for those that don't know how Steph Curry feels about low-income housing, go ahead and Google that. Steph, why don't we like partner you up with the mayor and the governor, and we can make sure there's no low-income housing near where Steph Curry lives. I need Chisholm to lock in. All right, maybe LaDainian Tomlinson, I hated when he said it, but maybe with some reflection, some retrospection, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And maybe that is today's NBA because it's 2026 in America and it's impossible to shine a magnifying glass or a light or whatever, a spotlight on billionaires doing bad things. Or we can shine the spotlight, but there's no repercussions. So if there's no repercussions, instead of being like the Philadelphia 76ers owner who finds himself in the Epstein files, or the Memphis Grizzlies owner who's like funding drones that are bombing current countries right now in times of war, instead of funneling your money to stuff like that, let's go do what Ballmer's doing. Because if my billionaire owner is going to be spending his money wild, I want him to be doing it to make our team better. F this private equity nonsense. I want you to bring stars to Boston. It's impossible for the Celtics to get free agents. It just doesn't happen. It's not a thing that happens regularly. It has to happen in trades, right? Well, now, Billy Chiz, I need you to put some of that cash, pull it out of your back. But you have $7 billion to buy this team. Go ahead. Start buying some players, all right? Start buying some players. Get a little freaky-deaky with it, okay? We can cheat now. Adam Silver said we can cheat. Now, I should say, after this report came out from the ESPN, this is, excuse, and apologize for the sniff, or maybe you sickos like a little ASMR sniff, you little freaks. The ESPN, NBA, their PR team, NBA Communications, they sent this message out after. NBA spokesman Mike Bass, ESPN's article regarding the LA Clippers investigation for which the NBA declined to cooperate contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results of this matter will be made clear once the investigation is scheduled. Or concluded, excuse me. That reminds me of, remember Lee Corso from College Game Day? It's like they hit him with a not so fast. That is what that felt like. Just wild times, man. I don't know what's going to happen from this, but it does feel clear, right, that if Adam Silver, if cap circumvention really is the most important thing, or like the worst thing that you could do, if he sees that, right, then you can't slap him on the wrist. You can't just find the owner $10 million or whatever it is, take away, it has to be a legit punishment, because that's the worst thing, again, according to Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, that you can do. So if that is proven, you can't negotiate a deal. And that's actually something else that Pablo Torre pointed out, is that it sounded like the Clippers were in the NBA were in negotiations. Why is he able to negotiate? What is this? Why does he get to negotiate? If this is an independent investigation, what's it? And the Clippers also had a statement ready to go. It just feels fishy. AF. So again, I'm fine if it's going to be fishy, right? If we're going to be living in a fish market, let me get a taste. Let me get a taste. Let's treat this like Amsterdam and The Wire. It's fine. You can do it over here. Crazy. Also crazy. You guys fans of the show Succession? There's some other crazy stuff going on with the Lakers. So the Lakers get sold for $12 billion. Just a cool $12 billion. A cool $12 billion, right? So after that, Mark Walter, the current or the guy who's selling the team, now he's talking about selling Chelsea, his stake in the soccer team. That dude's got to be so effed, by the way, so effed. The fact that he's just hey, all the rich stuff I have, I got to sell now. But anyways, here we go. This is the important piece. There was a meeting on Tuesday. What's today? This was last Tuesday before the sale, where the Bus brothers kind of turned on Genie. And so now all of the buses have sold off. Well, the Bus bros had a majority vote or something. So it means Genie Bus has to sell her ownership in the team as well, because she was still holding on to 17% or whatever it was. And that's how she was going to be the governor. Now the bros turned against her in true Kendall Roy type stuff. And so this is, again, why is this about the Celtics? It's not about the Celtics, except for the fact that we can hate on the Lakers, and that's something we can all rally around together. And so that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing that it's happening. It seems like that's going to get drawn out. Jeannie Buss was like, look at these documents of the court of law. You can't do this to me. You can't handle the truth. So this is going to get drawn out for a while. And what's also, the longer this gets drawn out, I believe it holds up the finality of the sale of the Lakers. So you got Mark Walter with the FBI breathing down his neck. And now he's like, wait, your family bullshit? We need Judge Judy to come in to figure this out. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. The drama. I love it. That's it for my stuff today. Again, excuse me, quiet day in the Celtics household. The one thing that I wanted to mention too, besides that, as we take a coffee sip, let's do it. Let's mainline this caffeine to get us through this video. I was listening to the Potable Bros, and they were talking about how the Celtics could just run out some real size this year, because they're basically saying people forget that Paul George is a big boy. And I thought that was I was like, okay, I'll listen. So you have, let's see, how tall is Paul George? So you got Paul George. Wait, why is it not telling me this? You should tell this. I'm on Spotrac. Sorry. Paul George, I believe what's he, 6'9", 6'8"? Let me pull this up. So you got Paulie George. So let's say they play Paul George. Oh, I looked up Paul Pierce, although shout out the truth. If we look up Paul George here, Paul George, he is 6'8", 203 centimeters. Okay, you got 6'8". Jason Tatum, he is 6'8". Okay, that's 2'6'8", bros. Let's say Derek White. Let's say he starts at the 1. We're putting Peyton Pritchard off the bench for this. Derek White here. Excuse me. 6'4". All right, let's say Kate is at the 5. And if Kate is 7 feet, but let's say we go Robinson instead. Here's to you, Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, also 7 feet tall. Okay, so now let's say Peyton Pritchard comes off the bench. Let's go a little Ugo. Ugo Gonzalez. How tall is Ugo? 6'6". That's some big boys. That would be a fun defensive team. That'd be a fun defensive team. And I want to just shout out the Celtics media, the Celtics organization. Everybody has psyoped us into being like, you know what was a good trade? Jaylen Brown for Paul George. Everybody's done it. They've said it's a good trade. They've talked themselves into Paul George. I understand they have to do this. They're covering the Celtics. They're in the building. They see him every day. But listen, not me. I'm built different, okay? I can understand why the trade happened. I refuse to believe it was a good trade. I'm not doing it. And somebody in the chat, I can feel it already. Your fingers are going. You're like, can we get over this already? It's August 18th. We're still doing this? Yeah, we're still doing this because you guys keep jamming Paul George takes down my throat. It's not a good, I understand. We wanted to raise the spreadsheet banner. Let's hold it up. We get optionality. Forget banner. Banner 19 says QuickBooks. The books have been balanced. Mission accomplished. Okay, all right, whatever. Let's get into the chat. Reminder, like, subscribe, do all the
What's
things.
going on, everybody? Welcome.
Here we go. We got people complaining the comments are weird, says Spooky Scary. It's a Celtic show. What do you want the man to talk about besides the rumors? That's what I'm talking about. My dog just looked up. Okay. Orange Croc says, definitely don't want to replace Sam with Clay. Sam is an underrated defender. Clay is not a defender. Yeah, that's fair. I would say this version of Clay. Clay used to be an elite defender, but at this point in his career, you're absolutely right. Ren Rubik says, dude, you're feeding the haters. Don't give them the comments the importance. JT has always played with peer pressure, even coming back from an Achilles injury sooner. Come on. PG-13 seems to be motivated, and for the best of our Celtics, I hope this year could be his top career season. No, but I mean, listen, I appreciate the hopium you're drinking, and also I like that the negative comments feed me too. I'm like the Hulk. I'm like a 5'7". I'm a midget Hulk. Yeah. Listen, this is not going to be his top year of his career. He's like 36. It's not happening. Like, name a time in history when an NBA player at 36 was like, this is the year. AJB says, I like Brandon Williams, but he can't shoot at all. If they don't sign a guard, I think Mike Conley will actually play. I know, but he's my age. The Real Ghosty says, I think if we get something, it will be closer to the deadline. I think Brad wants to see how this group handles the year. We can honestly pick up Drew from the Blazers, considering how many guards they have. Yeah, but, dude, so the thing with Drew is he's not going to be cheap, man. How much Drew Holiday? Drew Holiday is making a ton of money right now, and unless he gets bought out, but I don't know why Drew would even want to get bought out, right? Like, let me see Drew Holiday. Let me look this up. How much money is he making right now? Bro, he's making $34 million. Yeah, no way. And he's got a player option next year for $37 million. Dude, he's not leaving $70 million off the. No way. All right, couple more. What else do we got? Armando says, yeah, if we get Clay, basically, what are we going to live and die by the 3? Always, baby, always. You don't have a cold, my friend. You have allergies, says Lester. Lester, I'll tell you what I do have. It's a sinus infection. That's what I got. And it's right here. I feel like, what is it, Ibis? Is that the thing where you get like too much fluid in your head? And I feel like, what was that movie? Head, move now. He's like a head on a toothpick. Was it Mike Myers? I can't remember. This is a reference from like 25 years ago. Whatever. I know we're down bad, but we're fighting through it though. Survivor. All right, Frank Gonzalez made sure to feed the algorithm. Thank you, sir. Oh, Jacob says honestly, this is Jacob. Jacob Heeman 500 said honestly, this entire video was fucking useless. You know what though? Handshake. I agree. But we're having fun, man. We're having fun. We're having a good time. All right. You got Mike Myers references. You got Holiday. You got a little bit of that. You got an ASMR coffee sip and a nose sniff. Where else are you gonna get that? You know what? Or Jacob, are you a big fan of the Pat McAfee new album? That seems like right up your alley. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I won't be sounding like I was deep throating Marlboros, but you never know. You never know. Hit the subscribe. Even you, Frank.